I was at Bolt Guitar headquarters doing the interview, and my second question for them was, what in the box? What comes with the kit? What is the kit? Because in most cases, at least what I think of as a kit, you know, we have the body and the neck and the hardware, all right. But what makes this kit different from other kits, other than what you're already telling us on the website? Because my reasoning for that and what I was trying to understand is, are these guys repackaging something that is a product that is sold elsewhere? You know, we've all seen it. We go to AliExpress or Alibaba or eBay, and then Amazon sells it, or there's like private sellers, but it's all the same, it's all the same thing, they're all getting the same beats from the same places. But I could tell that there was a few different things going on with this kit that were not standard, and I didn't see anyone else doing it. So that's what I was trying to understand, like, how did they come up with these parts? And if you want to know the answers to these questions, I think it's better to hear it from Martin and the guys.
Well, yeah, that was a long process to decide on. The things you'll get told if you go on a website and you say, what kind of wood do I need for this, or what wood do I need for that? Mm-hmm. So you'll get told Alder body and your maple neck, and you're lucky if it's flamed. But we've made sure that they're flamed. A bone nut, things like this, chrome hardware. We chamfered the sides of the T-style bridge for better access, because modern players want to mute, and you can't really do that on an old 50s telly. You can, but it's
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
or not as comfortable.
It's not as easy to lay your hand flat on the bridge. We went for compensated saddles as well, because the traditional ones are just round. And
can't get that.
Anyone who's come in to try and intonate a guitar for one of the first times they've ever done it is going to struggle. And it's a fine line. You can be screwing the saddle back for days and back forward and never find that perfect spot. So the compensation really helps.
We've got CTS pots in there.
Yeah, the CTS pots.
The hand-wound, vintage style, push-pull, wiring pickups.
Yeah, and Alco magnets with farmable wires. Yeah, it's the traditional 50s. The things that everyone would say, is it this?
And I'm looking just behind you as well. The input jack has the screws on the side, so it's not that awkward traditional one that comes out.
No, we didn't like that either.
No, and we even make sure that the screws are the same as the pick card, so you know you're only counting two different types of screws as opposed to looking for them all over the house. Mm-hmm. But it goes down to the things you get with the kit as well, outside the hardware. We've really thought about what you will need and which types of grip, sandpaper, how when you build a guitar, then what do you do to set it up to make sure that the action's correct. We've thought about every little area, and in the videos we use little bits of the kit to help you do these things and go like, well, this is exactly 1.5 millimeters, so use that as your reference for how high your string needs to be from the fret. Little things like that.
Yeah. So speaking of the videos, so what does the videos go through?
It's effectively an online course that guides you through every step of the process, from getting everything out of the box, opening the box. Martin guides you through the whole process. Effectively, he's building the guitar alongside with you. Everything that he does is what you would do in the build. And I mean, we've really thought about everything that you could possibly need, you know, aside from like your basic. I mean, a soldering iron, there's 3 solder points,
a screwdriver,
and a drill, and a few drill bits, and that is literally, you don't need any specialist tools, you don't need fret rockers, you don't need straight edges. That's all you need to do it. So in terms of the course, it's literally, you know, if you follow the steps that we've taken, and it's, you know, it's split up into days, so you can have a guitar built in 5 days. You might not want to do that because that would be quite an intense 5 days.
Get excited though.
But in the shortest time, and most of that's the finishing process. You know, all the dyes are non-toxic. They're water-based, there's no sprays involved, you literally wipe them on.
And you can do it in the kitchen. For quarantine, so no masks.
So I was just going to, further to those last 2 points, I was going to say, so what comes with our kit that doesn't come with others, in addition to all of the components that, we've mentioned, and the attention to detail, there's nobody that I know of that packages the finish with the kit.
Yeah. No.
So I've not seen anybody do that. Maybe that there is somebody, but I've not seen it. Certainly none of the larger companies out there do that. So when you buy our guitar, you go through and you choose your colour system. So you choose what colour you want to do it, and we've got, I think, 6 different colours, and you choose the colour of your pick guard, and whether you want to have a gloss finish or a matte finish. We've got a unique system that, like, we gave one to the fretboard, didn't we?
Yeah.
And those guys like really know their onions, and they gave us a proper good grilling about it.
Yeah,
but they were ultimately like thoroughly impressed by everything, and the fella said this is the easiest colour system. Because what we do is it's a bit like a pot noodle. You mix the finish with the dye.
All right.
And that's why they've all got that little window on there.
Okay, so this is our blonde finish, so you would fill that up to the fill line with the finish.
With the lacquer, the top lacquer.
With your gloss or matte lacquer. And that actually, as a process, it's effectively sealing everything as you're doing it. So you're essentially building up layers and layers and layers of this dye, and then you put your top coat over the top of it. And I mean, that's the result there. That's how you get how you achieve the finish.
Is that similar to like what some companies call like a varnish finish?
Well, I mean,
or a French polish or something?
Yeah, similar. Yeah, it's similar.
Yeah, with a French polish, like you use shellac, wouldn't you?
Well,
Is it shellac? I'm not sure, but
guitars aren't finished in this way now.
No.
It's just not. It's not a done thing. I mean, Gibson, I think, still do. But they still do some things by like bursts by hand.
Yeah, the burst is spray.
But every other guitar manufacturer, it's all sprays.
Yeah. They change the polarity so that the paint sticks to the guitar, and it's literally like made of the same thing that shopping bags are made of.
All right.
So like when it starts to crack and you get water underneath it and it starts to lift, whole sections come off. Whereas this is how they would have done it in the workshops in Florence and places, wiping on shellac and varnishes. So it'll naturally relic as well.
Yeah, it will. And then it's like I said, it is sort of a bit of a unique thing, not just in its application, but in the fact that we actually package that up with the kit.
We sort it out as well, didn't we? We sort out that finish.
We
didn't want to send rattle cans and things.
No.
We needed it to be safe to be able to do it.
It needs to be safe, and it needs to be that. Sorry,
I've tried spraying myself just furniture, and I did it in the garage by myself. And then when I got out, I felt quite dizzy. It was a very strong headache, and I was like, it was just a bit, but it wasn't the greatest idea. And with the guitar over several days, and now we have great weather, so this is great guitar building weather. But when it's winter and it's raining and there's no space outside to spray
this is it, and also like it's easy to mess it up. When you're spraying, the slightest drip, or it goes on a bit heavy, and you start getting like a build up in different areas and all that. With this, it's so practical and so easy to apply. You go on with the thinnest layer, and like you would French polish, it's a good comparison. You go on with the thinnest of layers, and you just build it up and build it up and build it up. So you've got a real control over that finish as well. Mm-hmm. So if you want to have just, you can, instead of like topping that up with varnish, you could just tint the varnish. You could have a really transparent sort of look, or you can go for a more solid look. You've got really micro control over how it looks in the end.
And it doesn't feel plasticky at all. I was just
no.
And
when you play one of the guitars and you're playing it through the amp, you feel the sustain.
Yeah,
that's the other thing, you know, going back to what Martin was saying with the plastic bags that, you know, everybody uses now. The one thing that really does is, you know, it doesn't move. You know, you don't feel the vibrations. You don't feel that sustain. You know, with this, you feel the notes resounding through.
Yeah, you can feel the wood vibrating as you're playing.
Yeah.
It's not restricted by a thick coat.
So it just makes it a really, really good and enjoyable experience. So I mean, that's one of the things that doesn't come with every kit.
No.
The other one is, like someone was saying, the course. So there's like over 4.5 hours of instructional videos, all separated out into days and steps, and you can follow along in a linear fashion and build the guitar along with Martin. And that literally, you know, when you go onto the website, you purchase the guitar, you create an account in the process of checking out, and you're automatically enrolled onto that course. And so, you know, essentially, once you finish your purchase, the first thing you get is a little link to take you to your account. Also, when the box comes, it's got a QR code on there that takes you to your account, and it's easily navigable on the website. So it's again, we call it the guitar building experience. So, you know, when people are comparing our kit against another kit by another guitar manufacturer, we sort of say, well, we're not selling the same thing. You know, we're selling the experience, we're selling quality, although nobody's going to come out and say we sell shit guitars.
No.
But like,
I was going to ask, do you sell subpar guitars? But
No,
since you've answered that so
we don't,
profusely,
and we also we don't. Like, you see, the thing is, some of those large guitar manufacturers.
What are those large guitar manufacturers hiding from us? Tell us. We need to know. You can know next video. Bye, guys. See you next time.